Very good morning, my dear students. In the third year, you are going to study a special paper, that is paper 9, called Number Theory. And today, this is the first lecture, the introduction lecture on this topic. So, we will discuss about the paper today as well. We will discuss about the syllabus. Number Theory paper has totally 5 chapters, out of which the divisibility is the most important and the basic of number theory. It tells about the different properties of integers. So, the topics which we will be studying in this paper is divisibility in integers, congruences, greatest integer function, quadratic reciprocity and Diophantine equation. The reference book for this paper, you can refer An Introduction to Theory of Numbers, written by I. Neven H. Zuckerman and H. L. Montgomery, and the detail of the chapters is given here. Even the another reference book which we can refer is Elementary Number Theory, 2nd edition, written by David M. Burton. The basic introduction of this paper, the number theory. Why it is called number theory? Because we deal with numbers in this paper. Especially this being a branch of pure mathematics, it is detailed study of integers and integer valued function. German mathematician Carl Friedrich Gauss has very well said that mathematics is the queen of sciences and number theory is the queen of mathematics. It is very well told because numbers which we play with is a very simple thing, but the theory related to it is a very vast one. So number theory, we deal with the integers and different other properties of object made out of integers, that is rational numbers. We also deal here with the solution of certain equation, especially the Diophantine equation. I begin with the basic property of divisibility. Here it goes. If a and b are any two integers, there is some integer c such that I can write b is equal to a into c. Then we say that a divides b, or b is a factor or divisor of b. And write a divides b. It is symbolically written as a slash b. Example here I have considered 1. The first example is 3 divides 15, because 15 can be written as 3 into k. Or 15 is a multiple of 3 and k here I can say it is equal to 5. And 5 is an integer. Another example which I have considered is 2 does not divide 5, because 5 cannot be written as 2 into k. Next, discussing about prime numbers and composite numbers. You are very much familiar with these numbers. Prime number, the definition goes, a prime number is an integer greater than 1 whose only positive divisors are itself and 1. Example of prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and so on, because again it is an infinite set. The smallest even prime is 2. Here again the statement is hidden 2 being the smallest prime, even prime I can call. Next, we switch on to the definition of composite numbers. A composite number is the one which is not a prime number. You can also define in such a manner. A number which is not a prime is a composite number. Or it is nothing but a number which has more than 2 factors. For example, if I consider 12, the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Similarly, 18, if I consider, 18 is a composite number because it has got more than 2 factors. The factors of 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. The most important theorem which we have to remember throughout the course is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. And the statement of the theorem goes, every positive integer greater than 1 can be expressed as product of prime, and this representation is unique up to the order in which the factors are written. Suppose I consider a number 30. 30 can be written as 6 into 5. That 6 again, which I will reduce it into product of 2 primes, saying it can be written as 2 into 3 into 5. Similarly, I have quoted 2 more examples, that is 126. which can be written as 2 into 3 square into 7. And example 3 which I have written is 576, that can be written as 2 to the power 6 into 3 to the power 2. And this sort of representation we call it as a canonical form of a number. Next, we switch on to another theorem. Only the statement I'll be letting you know now in this lecture, this being the first lecture. So we will look into the theorem. The theorem says for any two integers a and b, a not equal to 0 or a greater than 0, there exist unique integers q and r with b is equal to aq plus r, and 0 is less than or equal to r is less than a. If further a minus b, then the stronger inequality is 0 is less than r less than a holds. Example, if I consider a is equal to 7 and b is equal to 3, then I can write this as 17 is equal to 3 into 5 plus 2. Here q is equal to 5 and r is equal to 2, and the remainder lies between 0 and 3. Another example which I have considered is 8 and 4. Here it is very much clear that 4 completely divides 8 because 4 into 2 is equal to 8. So I have written a equal to 4 into 2 plus 0. Here the quotient is equal to 2 and remainder is equal to 0. Thank you, my dear students.